Hey you, and welcome to my bullet journal setup of the second half of 2024. As you can see, I'm testing before I jump right in. I'm testing a little bit the thickness of my pen's strokes since I purchased them recently. I have to admit, have to get used to them a little bit. But once I did everything, I will start right in. My first page is a reflection page, and this is actually the only time I'm outlining the title first and then go in with the colors after. You will see that in a little bit. But yeah, we are here to just try and have fun. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just maybe had a glimpse of what my little motto of the second half of this year is. It is La vie est belle, French for life is good. And I think it speaks for itself because even though I'm using these following pages for goal setting and planning and everything, I still would like to remind myself life is good, and I hope you are also having this reminder because we don't have to limit ourselves. We can still have fun, and that's basically bullet journaling the way I use it, at least, to plan and have a structure, but also to have fun. Here you can see again I'm testing my pens, and you maybe saw that I did not only do this for this setup, but in general I like to swatch and to see how colors work together before I use them. I'm just having fun with trying out different things. And as I mentioned here, I'm starting with coloring the letters first. I scribbled everything before I did this, obviously. So I just have to go back in and color everything. And I have to say I did a little bit of a trial and error, but this works definitely best for me to just go in first with the colors. Here you can see I'm adding a little bit of a shadow on every letter, just with the same color. And then in the end I'm putting the black lines around everything and also use the gel pen. So here you can see, as the page already says, I'm a routine girly. I found it very sweet, this title, honestly. It's a bit nicer than just my routines or something for a header. But anyway, this spread I will be using to outline and write down my routines. At the moment I just settling into a new apartment, and maybe you know how it feels. Everything is new and exciting, but I'm ready to go back into routines, but like I said, not in a way that limits me, but still I would like to just have it visually in front of me, which things I like doing regularly. And that's what the spread is for, like I said. On the left side, I'm going to be doing kind of a brain dump, but in a more structured way, let's say. I think you will see it a little bit later when everything comes together, when I go back in with the black pen as well, but I will explain already. On the left side, like I said, there's the brain dump for routines. For example, we all have certain routines that we all do. For example, brushing teeth. But I don't want to just write it down and leave it there. I would like to also, while I'm doing that, make a little connection or an arrow or something like this to which time of the day I'm going to be focusing on that routine. For example, getting ready and putting on makeup is obviously, for me at least, in the morning. So this will have an arrow to the sun going up, but cooking or I don't know what will be maybe in the middle of the day or in the evening as well. I will dump everything. I won't focus on any order that I'm writing it down, but that's what the icons are for, to give it a little bit of a structure. And yeah, on the right page, I'm going to write down which kind of habits I want to implement to achieve these routines. I think it's self-explanatory. I'm just writing down which routines I want to focus on more and where I want to create habits. This page, now that you can see, is my projects page. I am a very creative person. I love drawing and bullet journaling and painting by numbers. If you know that, it's really fun. I love puzzling as well and all that kind of stuff. But for example, for the paint by numbers, I started it a long time ago. I don't even remember when. And it's still not finished. And I think sometimes, maybe you know this as well, in everyday life, when you come home from work and you just don't know, or you don't have in front of you what you can do except household stuff. It's sometimes nice to have something where you can look at and see, I started this, maybe I can finish it or work a little bit on it. And that's what this page is for. So on the left side, I'm going to write down all of my open projects, where of course projects are not necessarily something super serious. And on the right side, I'm going to make a plan if there are some bigger projects, for example, in the house, or something I need to purchase or DIY or something like this, just for me to have a little plan. And on the next and last page of this spread, you can see me setting up my goals page. It's a very, very simple setup. And I'm very curious actually to know how I will use it exactly. My plan is, or my hope is, that all of these spreads, even though they are on different pages and have different titles and topics, that they kind of all work together. So I hope that maybe the habits will help to achieve goals that I'm setting myself, or that maybe a goal of mine will finally be to finish my paint by numbers so I can put it in the apartment and be happy with how it looks. And maybe this helps me a little bit to see how much time there's still left in 2024, and when I can maybe actually realistically work on achieving these goals. Of course, painting by numbers and being creative is something nice, and it's also nice to be spontaneous and to listen to yourself if you in that moment want to do it. But like I said, I just like to give myself a little space and a location actually where I can look at and see, that's something you could do instead of watching Netflix or I don't know what. You saw me a little bit earlier that I got back into another page because I actually forgot the gel pen shadows or the highlights. These are not shadows. And now I am filling in the cursive lettering. I tried this actually the first time in the setup, but I'm very happy with how it turns out. And I filled in the lettering with the colors that I chose. And here you can see me fix a little thing. I don't want to call it mistake, because I decided I like it better when the lines are not going through. And this is my final flip through. I hope you liked it, and bye. Have a nice time.